it started. I said, what started? And behind her, it's a shelling. Bullets, like explosion. I'm like, what the fuck going on? In war it started. I'm like, what? Even now I feel it. Listen to this.
So you're gonna, it's like really big in a risk. Yeah, sorry. Yes, I'm here. Hello? Can you wait just 1 second, please? Sure. Sorry for this one.
He said it was the scariest moment ever. He just ran in the bathroom and he like just turn on the mic and continue call.
I don't think people really understand how scary it is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the 4Media Uncut podcast. Today we have a guest that has traveled very far to be here, Mr. Anatoliy Labinskiy, all the way from Portugal. But you'll probably recognize his accent is not from Portugal, it's from Ukraine. And if you've been paying attention to the news, Ukraine's not really doing so hot right now.
Yeah, and honestly, Anatoliy's story, he walks a step by step from the time the first bomb went off next to him all the way to the time that he was able to escape the country and the absolute mayhem that happened in between. And the craziest part is, it's like, why the fuck is this guy on our podcast? He's escaping Ukraine. He ran a marketing agency with almost 50 employees the entire time, majority of them located in Ukraine. While all this stuff was happening, they found a way to still grow their business, and it is absolutely mind-boggling, the experience that he had escaping this country. This has never been released online. No one's ever heard this story before. And quite frankly, as much as I've looked into the Ukraine stuff, I've never seen anything this intense of a story. And we had goosebumps the entire time, and I can't wait for you guys to hear how this shit went down. So without further ado, Anatoliy Labinskiy.
Hey guys, before we jump into this, I quickly want to apologize to our viewers out there. Unfortunately, we lost the footage for one of our cameras, and unfortunately, that footage was from the camera that was focused on Anatoliy, and we just have the wide-angle footage. So if you're viewing on YouTube, again, I want to apologize, and I mainly want to apologize to Anatoliy. He obviously made a really long journey to get here and to be on the podcast, so to have that footage lost, we take that really seriously, and we just want to personally apologize. And please enjoy the episode. Anatoliy Labinskiy. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
And I think the first time we met in person was at Agency Founders.
You and him. I met before, though.
In November,
really?
Powerhouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
In Austin.
I heard a lot about Eddie before, and like I met in person because Ashton introduced us. I mean, it was the first touch.
Yeah. So people are hearing your accent, I'm sure. Where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine. I'm Ukrainian and proud of that. And yeah, I'm telling you sorry in advance because my grammar is not perfect. My accent, it could be hard for someone, especially on the podcast when they don't watch and they listen it. But I will try to be as clear as possible.
Thanks, bro.
We're excited, man. We're excited to have
your
you.
English is better than any of my other languages. Eddie can speak Arabic pretty fluently, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at Arabic, but it's still like his English.
Yeah.
It's all good. So cool, man. Real quick, before we get into like your past, how you got into what you do, what do you do right now exactly, just to give some context to people?
Sure. I'm the founder of the Golden Stream Media Agency. We are taking care of Shopify store owners, so building the stores and managing advertising, like especially TikTok, SMS, email marketing, and Facebook. And we exist on the market already 3 years. For me, it means something that we were dealing with the growth every single year, and even with iOS, COVID, and all the stuff, we were still growing every single month. And we taking care of the dropshipping stores, and as well now more and more owners with the brands coming to us to advertise together with us, because dropshipping model, we taking care of the fulfillment, customer service, and everything. But for the guys with the small brands, they come in just to scale for advertising and SMS email marketing, which is implemented for them.
And how many clients do you have? You have a pretty good bit.
Yes. So basically, I would tell you that it's 50 plus.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. But
That's a lot to manage for e-com stores.
I have 42 team members and some people like on the third party, which is like not the main part of the team, but they doing like a content side, a lot of additional things. Plus, ad buyers has their own assistants, so which is help us as well to manage several things, technical stuff.
Cool. So you started this 3 years ago. What was Anatoly like before? I assume you grew up in Ukraine. How'd you get into marketing being someone who's in a different country? I know here it's a little bit easier. You see ads all the time. You're learning about it in university. You see it everywhere. You know, what was it like in Ukraine?
Oh, okay. That's something which is like super deep for me. I was growing in Ukraine. And we had no money for the even education. Yeah, I wasn't in the super poor family. It was kind of average, but full of trouble all the time with the credits and all the loans, debts. My father was the business owner, and he wasn't able to manage business properly. And for me, entrepreneurship was something what I was hated. And I was promised to myself I will never, ever, ever will be business owner. I will be high-paid employer.
Because there's too many problems being the owner, basically.
And he
that
was
you saw.
Yeah, and he wasn't able to deal with that. He got diabetic. He became like having health problems. So like I was looking on all of that, and like I was like, oh, it's not what I want in my life. So by somehow my mom takes several loans to give me education in finance, and I went to the bank and realized after 2 years it was great experience, but I realized that it's something which is won't allowed me to make more money than I want, but I learned there like cold calls, sales. I was 18 years old. Who was staying in the bank and just calling people left and right to offer the services, and I was dealing with my first no's. And I was completely okay with that. I didn't know that it's a problem that people usually saying that it's a problem. For me, it was like, it's a challenge. I'll beat that shit. And actually, I became a third sales guy. I wasn't a sales, but it was kind of sales for overdraft credits. I became third guy in the region in a matter of 6 months. And I understand that I love sales. And I moved from bank sector to like private suppliers, and became their number one in the company where I used to work in my department. And after that, another company where I used to work, I became into like the top 3 guys in sales. And but I had not enough money. I mean, I was still paying debt. It's not debt like in US, because believe me, Ukraine debt, it's like, you will be laughing, but it's $3,000. It's for my education. But $3,000 for my education, it was unbelievable amount for my parents. And for me, because the income in Ukraine, it's $400, and I was on the good job with the $800 because of sales commissions. And I was dreaming like I never seen the world, because I never had the money. I used to work on the construction site since 2000 or since 13 year old. I mean, I was doing this heavy lifting shit in the construction just to make the money for the phone, for rest, whatever it is. And I was like dreaming about moving somewhere to see the world. And I had a chance to get an interview for the food runner in Abu Dhabi, in Cipriani restaurant. It's like worldwide Italian restaurant. And I got the position, like, and they bought tickets for me. It was the biggest like ticket in the life in that moment for me. And I came there to bring the clean dirty plates to the washing area. You know, I have no English at all. I don't know English. I passed the interview like I was like a clown, but like somehow I got it. You know, and
was it a mainly English-speaking restaurant, or was it Arabic, or what? You said it was in Abu Dhabi?
In Abu Dhabi, it's Italian restaurant, so most of the employers, it was Spain and Italian guys, Filipino people. So, but at the end, when I arrived there, like 3 weeks, I was waiting for my friend who's supposed to arrive as well, and nobody was speaking Ukrainian, Russian. So, in 3 weeks, I show up such well that I had no day off. So I was working around. It was opening, so we were preparing setup and so on in the storages and everywhere. That I showed to the managers who I am, and I got promotion before opening. So we start soft opening. I was still runner, and in like few days they said, "Listen, man, you're gonna be assistant waiter." And for me, it was like you're gonna be assistant CEO, you know, at that moment. So I like
your dream job.
No, it's not about the dream job. It's more money, and it's something which is I proved in 3 weeks without a language. And I was always doing whatever I can to make better for me and for my parents. And yeah, but my friend arrived, and several friends after we brought to Abu Dhabi, to Dubai, to let them work with us. 9 people in total, and all of them were sitting straight on the ass, and I'm not blaming them. I love them, I respect them, and they were saving money, and it's well done. But I was spending all the money because I was changing restaurants by restaurants just because I want to get out of the restaurants. And I was taking like 60 CVs, 100 CVs, took my friend one the day off, and we going to the to like offices, 60 floor offices, by somehow pass the security, going to the last floor until the first floor, just CVs everywhere. Like I'm the guy, I'm in finance. I was ready to work even like, like pass boy in the office. Nobody was taking me. Not enough English, some other problems. I was always failing interviews if I had. Without joke, I sent over 10,000 CVs in my life.
10,000?
CVs.
Wow.
Over. Yeah,
And
without joke, I know
CVs
that.
are like
10,000.
CVs
It's
like a
resume.
resume.
It's a
Yeah.
resume.
Yeah, there's a CV resume, yeah. And I have been not on 100, but close to 100 interviews in the 3.5 years. I was always like everywhere I was trying to get something, and always had some stupid reasons that they were not taking me. Sometimes for my mistakes, but sometimes everything was perfect. Even candidates who was next to me, they were like, "Oh my God, you'll take the job. Oh, you beat all of us." And I was like, fuck, I was the really legend on the interview. I feel that. I always undervalue myself, but when I feel that there's something was really great for the sales depth, and it was like real estate or like development companies, and they picked the lady, they said to me, we'll put you on the waiting list. You're awesome, but we need ladies. They picked someone else for some other reasons. I was trying to be a cabin crew, I went to Etihad, I went to Qatar Airlines, Fly Dubai, not Etihad, Emirates. I've been everywhere, like, hey, pass to final. And like me and one guy, like, fuck, you're gonna be on they're gonna take it. I said, they're gonna take you as well. Because we seen how we were really beat everyone. At the end, they didn't take him, they didn't take me. They took some ladies. Like, oh my goodness, what's happening? Because my dream was to traveling, around the world and make money from it. And what I missed from all this story, I had a girlfriend when I left from Ukraine. I became in love with her. And when I left Ukraine, I was thinking that it's going to be done because I'm here, she's there. But in 3 months, she said, I miss you. I will come to you. I said, no, I have no money not yet to bring you here for me. She said, no, I received the 13th salary, like a bonus on New Year. I will come to you. I like, you're going to spend money to come to me? She said, yeah, I will come. I was like, fuck, okay. So she came, and I realized that she deserved to be my wife. I mean, I'm nobody. She was a successful pharmaceutical lady in Ukraine. She had a kind of awesome job and kind of awesome salary on that time, but she left everything. In a year we got married, and she left everything just to come to me and work in like a sales lady in the optic store, as well, with no English. And I like still appreciate what she done for me, and I wasn't asking for that. She was saying, I just want to be with you. So we got married, and I was fighting like for 3.5 years for a better life, and finally I got the job.
So like, how old are you when this happened?
I moved in 23, and by 26, I got a job in construction company because I opened the driving license, and they were able to take me because I will be able to drive the car, and I will gonna be a sales guy. I will go into the deep shit constructions to sell we're gonna be selling. Yeah. I said, yeah, I'm in, just out of hospitality finally. But salary was 2 times lower than hospitality because I was in top restaurants. There was like kind of nice, I was already in Dubai, kind of awesome income for that moment. And like, I don't give a fuck. My wife is working, we will survive. And we were renting a room. We were not able to rent the apartments. We were renting a room with a Filipino family. And I changed the job because I was pointing on my wife that she will help me out, and with the paying for all the bills, and I will grow. I will change the job for better salary. So nothing has been changing on the way how I was planning. And my wife came to me. It was 24th of February 2017. Yeah, I'm pregnant. We are in the room with Filipino guys. If she will be stopped working, we won't be able to pay for the bills. I'm the happiest guy, but I'm the scared guy in the world. I'm staying, looking at her, she start crying. I said, let me go to the pharmacy to get another test to double check. So I went to the pharmacy. It was 35 plus degrees outside. I just stay on the street and I stuck. I stuck next to the pharmacy and I'm shaking as hell because I understanding that the world will be changed and I have no money. Because as I said, my guys were always saving. I was losing all the time, but because I was just hustling for better opportunities, but at the end I was screwed every single time. And I was believing that it's the way, and I believe still that it's the way. And I just made the promise to myself. I will do whatever it takes to make my baby come in this world in the different financial position. So I dropped my wife to Ukraine on the 5 months of the pregnancy and start searching online what I can do, what I can find out in this world, what will make me money. And I start reading books about the business in the same time, and I realized that Read Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki opened eyes for me that entrepreneurship is a fucking what I have to go with, And I opened to myself, and it was Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, and several, Grant Cardone, Be Obsessed or Be Average, 10x Rule. I just read it and fuck. I was thinking completely wrong in my life. My father just didn't know how to manage the stuff. And I start moving into entrepreneurship, what I can do. And so I start working on different part-times just to get some extra cash, like cleaning villas, not cleaning, as a server, waiter, supervisor, in nightclubs as a waiter, bartender, different. So I wasn't sleeping at all. I was just daily job in the office and night job somewhere else. And when my wife left, I went to the 7 people in 2-bedroom apartments, just take a bed space for myself, just to save the money and work. And August 15 or 25, I don't remember already, I believe it's 15, I found the ebook. I didn't know what is advertising, but I got it as I have to read it. What is all about? E-commerce. What the fuck? What is e-commerce? And it's sponsor ad, which is I have no clue what it means in Facebook. And I just opened it. It was Friday. In Emirates, it was weekend, Friday, Saturday. In few hours, 180 pages in one brief. Fuck. That was fucking aga moment. I never had in my life aga moment. I was ready to do whatever it is just to make money. But that particular moment, I realized I want to do that shit till end of my life. I don't know how. But I will manage that. I will find out. And this is where the e-commerce journey begin. I create my first store in the cat niche because my friends who are nothing to do with e-commerce were smart enough to give me the suggestion what kind of niche to open. And I spent everything what I made and saved. And my wife about to make a delivery, I have no money for visiting her in Ukraine. First 5 months of that was when I launched the store. I didn't know, I was watching, the problem is I was watching everyone around instead of focusing on one guy and one strategy. So and I was implementing every 15 minutes, I'm going to add account and changing something. It's so weird, but yeah. Lost all the money which I had. I take the money from the guys, from my friends, to go and fly to Ukraine and send to my wife that everything is fine. She delivered the baby. Yeah, everything is good, babe. No worries. And in the same time, I'm paying to someone else from this money what I get from my friends to someone to manage my ads. And he ripped me. He just disappeared. Fuck.
Ouch. Fuck.
Yeah. So fail. It's actually, I learned everything what I have right now and all my skills. I appreciate all the fails in the past because the hard way pointing me out what I can do and that I can manage with any shit in my life, any kind of shit. So, and in February 2018, I was about to quit. I actually, to be honest with you, I never been about to quit, but it was about the finance. I have no finances. And plus, I opened credit card and didn't say to my wife. And $3,000 I just put in Bitcoin because end of 2017, it was Bitcoin time. And
It was Bitcoin time, motherfucker.
yeah, so basically, end of January or beginning of February, I just got news that company where I invest scam people, and I lost all the money and credit cards. Now I don't have a money, and plus I have a debt of 3K. And, and I was so embarrassed because 5 years in Dubai, all my friends already investing in some real estate in Ukraine, just saving money, like having fun, like because they already 4 years in the Dubai and staying as a waiters. And I'm like office guy, like they're like, wow, you're in the office. Wow, when I visiting them. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm just keeping everything inside, but I'm broke. And so February, I like what I'm gonna do. And I found the ad from my mentor who helped me out. $47 a month. I'm gonna be going through your ad account on the group coaching twice a week, and I will show it to you how that works. So
Who was it?
Mark Hager. Love that guy. I'm still working with him for 5 years. I'm with him, but we are not about the ads right now. We are about real estate, about investments, about the lifestyle in general, how to manage the team. But he was the guy who I joined and finally understand what's the strategy I have to follow in Facebook. I mean, it was simple. I just didn't look on the KPIs. And the first 15 days, I made my first $8,000 with the store. I'm like, fuck, it's real. I said to my wife, I sent her screenshot, I was telling you. And she like, I will divorce on you if you won't stop it. It's scam. I said, come on. I just want to let you understand that in Ukraine, in Russia, in all these countries in Europe, people don't believe that other people can share the experience. Because in 1990s, it was created this kind of feelings that if someone's successful, he will hide everything and will never share with anyone else. And in this case, I understand that American system is a bit different, and if you pay a bit of money, you're gonna be getting fucking door opens, even for free. I mean, by asking questions in the groups. And I said, well, do whatever you want, but I'm doing that for you and our son. And I just like continue. And there, I failed with that store. Algorithms updated, so I was like having different problems with that. But still,
it was still the cat toy thing.
But. I realized that it's possible.
Yeah.
I realized it's possible. I created a watch store. So I just start testing. By summer of 2018, the same year, we've been like 1K a week or something like that. And in October, I start partnership with one guy who was needed Facebook ads support. And on my end, I was a Facebook guy. And he was like guy who loved to manage the store. So when we become partners, in the first month 50K, in the second month 120K in a month, in another month 150, and by March 2019 we've been like on 240 and so on. So it's basically how everything started in the short run, because if I will tell you whole fails which I had in the past, it will be too long for our audience.
What a story, bro. It sounds like you really overcame a lot from nothing over like a 7-8 year period, it sounds like.
Like the journey in e-commerce, I'm 5 years. 2000 started in 2017 August when I found out what is e-commerce. But I believe my hustle started when I moved to Dubai, because no parents around. Abu Dhabi, after that Dubai, yeah. So in Emirates in general. Because when I moved there, I'm alone, and I was just proving to myself like I have to do something. And I done it. I mean, I still like cannot believe that it happens. When I look behind, I cannot believe that life will exist. But because so much things were there, and now where we are, I'm freaking grateful for the universe that I was able to make it.
Yeah, I mean, the universe is one thing, but another thing is your persistence as well. You know, you have to put yourself in a position to succeed. It doesn't just come to you, you know. So props to you, first of all. Second of all, how many team members do you have right now?
It was close to 50, but we cut a bit on July. and now it's like 43, and we hired a couple. Yeah, it's up to 45 at the moment.
It's a lot of team members. And where are they based mainly?
Around the world. I mean, mostly it's Ukraine, Serbia, Spain, couple on Philippines, but not for major work, but all of them European. Nobody from US. Right now, one of our managers is Ukrainian. After the war, he moved to US.
So what's going on with the war? Like what was the impact of the people that you know? First of all, just like general on the ground in Ukraine, what is it actually like? And two, let's talk about how it affected your company, the workforce you have, and what kind of shifts you guys have been making, because you're still traveling right now. Your business is still operating. You guys still are having sales. It's still a running company, which is fucking crazy. So let's talk about like the personal stuff in Ukraine, like what's happening on the ground. What's it like for the people there?
Sure.
How did it start? Like, I'm sure like you being there and it starting was a completely different thing than us.
Let me just make clarification. We never had an office. I mean, in the company. So everything was in remote from day one. And it's hard one. It's a hard one. I mean, to speak about that. But basically about people who are in Ukraine, it's scared, man. It's scared. The guys who I know from the childhood, the father who I know, and like he's super soft person, but he always hiding if he's like scared or whatever. He never show up on it. And the guys who like my best friend, he's like a policeman in Ukraine, and he was like the guy who I can cover by him like my family, because I know he's fucking strong. But I'm seeing in the chats like, fuck, I shit in my pants. Like, oh my God, I never been scared so much, and so on. These kind of messages, it made me really like feel destroyed. Because if those kind of people are saying that, it's unbelievable. I'm super grateful to be out, but that was the journey which is I'm about to share with you. It's incredible in terms of what I opened for myself. So basically, on 25th of February, we're supposed to go with my team to Dubai event affiliate award. And we're supposed to have fun. We already rented the cars, like fancy cars, Lamborghini, Porsche, just to have a fun with the guys, the sales department and buyer managers. So, and we already planned all the trip, 25th of February. 24th supposed to arrive my mother-in-law to Kyiv, where I was staying, and we're supposed to fly to Dubai. And my wife, I made for her for Valentine's Day in February the gift. You can go with your girls to travel in Spain for a week. And she left like 4 days before the war. 24th of February, I'm waking up. I went to sleep like, on 24th, I went to sleep like around 2. I was working. My son was sleeping in the room. And 5 a.m., after 3 hours sleep, I start receiving several calls, and it woke me up. And I just reading messages like, what's happening? I call him back, and my sister-in-law saying to me, it started. I said, what started? And behind her, it's a shelling. It's like the bullets, like explosion. I'm like, what the fuck going on? She said, war is started. Taking care of Maxim, war is started. I'm like, what? Like, even now I feel it. Oh, so I just jumped from the bed, and I just like went to the window, and our windows in our apartments is going to the internal like space of the apartment. Like the building is like a round building, and it's internal yard inside, where is all the parkings and all this thing. And I'm just looking from the window, and it's like apocalypse movie, without joke. People just running in the night shirts, slippers, like with the luggages, with different things, and just cars, the cars are just, doors are just closing. Everyone is running and just panicking. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I called into my father saying, yeah, it started. I said, what should I do? Like, I'm completely confused. And I'm just running like on apartments left and right, and stop it and look on my son. Son is sleeping, my wife, and I was so scared because I never deal with my son alone. When something is happening, and here is something is happening, I have to take care not only about myself, because I know if my wife would be next to me, I know she will take care of him.
So you can direct the family. You can figure out what's next.
I will be manage my wife, and my wife will take care of the son. And I'm thinking about surviving and all the things. But here I cannot think anything except him, because I need to think about him only. I texted directly to my team members, like, hey guys, how is that going? Double check with all the ad buyers, with everyone. Please make sure that they're safe. Bye. Like, it was just short message. And start waking up my son, like 4-year boy. I just listen, because when someone's waking up, I mean, who has a kids, they could understand. Someone waking up their small kids, they start crying, like, let me sleep, and really crying, don't listen in you because they want to sleep. And this moment I just came to him like, hey, Max, wake up. Like, he's, Pop, please don't touch me, start crying. I said, listen, stop, please stop it. And start explaining, listen, now it's the most important message which I will deliver to you in this world, in this life. Just listen it carefully. He said, okay, whatever is going to be happening right now, whatever I would tell you, you have to follow. You have to eat what I will tell you to eat, because he was always choosing about the food so hard. I mean, it was hard time for us. But I knew all these weaknesses, and I said, whatever I would tell you, no argue. You're just moving forward. Whatever I will tell you to eat, you're going to eat without questions. Did you get? Yes, Pop. Did you get it? Yes. I don't know how come, but for 4 years, you won't be get it in his brain, this kind of understanding fast. But he understood me from first time. Like, he just follow every single moment of our journey there, whatever I say to him. I said, if you want to see your mom, please, let's follow what I will tell you. So we were like scared to move out, because explosion happened 35 kilometers from us. They start attacking from moving to Kyiv from Chernobyl. It's not far away to Kyiv, but I understood while they are coming here, we have a spot where we can live. I mean, we have a couple of hours gap that we can be out. And my father, everyone started telling me, no, sit at home. It's dangerous. There is like robbers and all the things out there. I said, I cannot sit at home. Sit at home, because there is a traffic. And I just opened. There is out of Kyiv, the highway stuck. Like, people were staying day to go out. One of my assistant, she was staying 1 day to go out from Kyiv, and she wasn't able to do it, and she came back. And she like moved like 10 kilometers only in a day. And I like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? I don't know that much roads. Like, and my friend said, if you want, let's go together. On the way to close to the border, there is our parents. We're going there. We have an empty house there in some village. I said, let's go. I will go to the border, but I will follow, because he knows the roads. And we crossed the road from another side, from Bucha, we just crossed that road, and in a few hours they exposed the bridge, which we just passed.
Wow.
And there was no traffic, because not many people knows about that road. It's like a road on the middle of nowhere. It's just a road. We just driving, and here is car like turning it around, and like people like screaming, stop it. And I'm like, fuck, I have to help them, but looking at my son, let's move forward. Like, because first of all, I understand that Robin is there. It could be a trick. And secondly, because he's most important for me than anything else. And there is like a bunch of cars stopped except us. So it means like someone else will help them. And we just driving like 450 kilometers, I don't know in miles. It's how many? Like 450 kilometers. And
300 miles.
Yeah, so we stuck on the traffic, whereas all the people already were like stuck, because it's next to Belarus border, and from there tanks are going on our side, and they like start screaming, tanks are going. We're like, fuck, like what we gonna, and we cannot return because it's so much traffic. What we gonna do? Like, there is no way back. There is no, like, all the people panicking, all the road is full, both sides. But thanks God, like, they crossed by to separate road, didn't touch anyone, and our Ukrainian tanks as well from another side. And we reached the destination to the parents' house of my friend. We just take a nap for like 3 hours, trying to understand what to do in this freaking life now. And when wake up, I said, I'm going to the border. I don't care. No, it's already closed. The guys are not allowed to leave. I said, I'm going to the border. I don't care. I have to bring him out. My wife is not there. Because that guy, he was with the kid. the same age like mine, because we are friends, and we friends because of, not because of the kids, but I mean, this is how we met each other. And his wife is pregnant on the 7 months. And I said, and he has sister everywhere, and he has sister in the US, he has sister in Europe. I said, you have a pregnant wife? Seriously? I said, if universe will bring us that something happen, it must something happen. I'm like, fuck no way. I just like, I'm going there. You going with me? Okay, we'll try. We go to the border, 12 kilometers queue. I like 12 kilometers. Okay, it's long, but okay. But at the end, we were staying there 3 days. 3 days in the car, like with no water, with not much food. We just were thinking that we'll cross in a couple hours. 3 days. Like we were sleeping, we were eating, we were shitting, we were just like in the car with my son. And there were in front of us, we were driving 2 cars. Oh.
And there was just everybody, like the whole highway was just full of same situation.
Same, yeah. Like
everyone was just like camping.
I'm
in
not
their car.
different. Everyone was in the same similar situation. Some people were in night clothing, you know.
Yeah.
Someone without luggages. Someone was pick up the people on the road, just to go to the border. And we stand in this queue day number 3. So it's 6 a.m. I just walking up, and you cannot sleep because you're moving slowly, time to time, every 40 minutes you're just moving for a couple of meters, and you're like sleeping, waking up, like that. And 6 a.m. and just waiting out from the car to have free, fresh air, and looking behind, and boom! I'm like, fuck! It's like 10 kilometers from us. I said, and everyone pushing me. My father ever said, nobody will allow you to go out. Please go, come back. I said, now there is no way back for me. For me, what I have seen, my son in the car, I won't let him go back there, because there is like a military city behind us, which they were affecting the most by bombarding. So we were on the border with Poland. My wife is waiting for us, like not waiting. She from Spain directly went to Germany. I mean, from Germany to the way to Poland. We agreed that we will meet there, if not on the border. While we were staying these 3 days, before there was easy to go out from the country. I mean, it was allowed. But because 3 days we were staying, a lot of shit happens on the border. Guys start cheating the border guys, like bring the wife first. And after that, with the kids on the hand, like, I'm the father with the kid, can I go? And they sick and tired on these 3 days of that shit. That wife came first, and after or from another border, and they like, I don't have wife is in Europe, can I go? And they were allowed. And after that, they understand that people are fucking cheaters. I mean, this is how they move out. And I had a story, which is I have booked tickets to Dubai. I have my wife tickets and proof that she's in Spain. And it happened week before, which is we were not planning that. So I knew already the story, which I'm going to be sharing in the border. But I know it's a story. By law, I'm not able to pass through. It's only on the human being, if they will allow. So we came to the border, and soldier with the gun, like with the Kalashnikov, saying, no, go away. I said, I won't go. Go away. I said, I not go. And he just started pointing on me with Kalashnikov. I said, turn your car and go away. I said, no, I won't. And my son jumped on me on the hands, like, Papa. I said, no worries, we will make it happen. They start pointing by the gun, and I said, okay. I just make the return. And my friend, they said as well to him, no. He said, I have pregnant wife, and so on. They said no, and he said, okay. Okay. For me, it was the most ridiculous thing. Okay, I love the guy, but this is what I believe makes entrepreneur thinking and just regular people difference. That he said, okay. And when we park on the side, he said, so let's go back. I said, no. I wish you good luck. So we'll be in touch. Please be safe, guys. We keep in touch now. He's in Ukraine, but I won't be going back. He said, are you sure? Yeah, I said, yeah. If I won't be make it, I will call you. And we parked the car, and I took my son on the hands and went directly find out who is the main guy on the border. I mean, I don't want to speak to soldiers. I want to find the main soldier who I'm going to be speak to. And I found that everyone were reporting for the same person. And I came in and said, listen, here is the story. I don't give a fuck, you won't be passed. I said, no. Listen, here is the story. I told you I don't give a fuck. I said, listen, this is my son. Give me a couple of minutes. I will give you exactly what is happening. Deal? Okay, you have a couple of minutes. And I start explaining that nothing has been planned. I'm supposed to be in Dubai tomorrow. Let's forget about that. My wife shouldn't be here, and she is not here. We are not cheating. We are not playing. It's true. My 4-year-old must cross this border, and I won't leave until he will do it. No. I said, listen, you didn't get me. I won't leave this place. He said, okay, you don't want to leave this place. Here is the shelter. You can sleep there. You can eat there. You can live there until government will bring new law. I said, no. I have no choice. What can we do? Nothing. I said, listen, I won't be leaving. Tell me what we can do. Come to me later if you wish. I said, I will come later. When? In a week, in an hour, in 2 days. Come by evening. Okay. So we went, decided do not make any pressure. And I said to my son, today I'm most probably going to be sleeping here one more night. But at the evening we'll go one more time to speak to this person. So before going to sleep, I mean it was already night time, dark. I said to my son, let's go take a shot another time. And he will understand everything what is happening. We were discussing the car. I was explaining to him. He grew up in these 4 days so much. He grew up so much on those days that my wife wasn't recognize him when she saw him, in terms of not physical, thinking, mentally. And we came with him, and that guy is not there anymore. We're like, what the fuck? And I start from scratch, and nobody give a shit. The main guy not give a shit because he was tough. And after that guy coming who was in the day like, again you. I said, yes, I told you I won't leave this fucking place until I cross the border and bring my son to my wife. Okay, listen. If you will pick up those ladies with you, you can go. I'm like, fuck yeah. I mean, I was telling you from the beginning, let me pick up some people with me because we have a car. Let me bring, because there was like hundreds of people staying without cars trying to cross the border. I said, of course, let me take them. And I was like, oh my God, we made it? So I said, Maxim, tomorrow you will see your mom. He like, wow. And he just become peaceful. It's night. He got sleep. I'm with ladies in the car. I'm calling to my wife. Connection is so bad. And I'm like, listen, this is what happening. We made it. She like start crying. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. And here is the fun started. It wasn't the end. We came, and I understand that border guys, it was just like, as I calling them, security guys in the nightclub, because they were just on the gates. But the border itself, 2 kilometers away from there. I promised to my wife that all good, put the phone, and I realized that there is a checkpoint. We came there. How you came here? How did you go to get here? I said, what do you mean? The guys allowed me and so on. My son already sleeping. It was like 1 or 2 a.m. They said, no fucking way you're going to the war. So you're not going back. You're going to be going to the war right now. Like, what the fuck? I have a 4-year kid in the car. We don't give a fuck. You'll take him with you. What? Like, what are you speaking about? Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you speaking about? Like, and she said, no, there is no way. You're going to be going out. We are arranging for you convoy. We're going to make sure that you're going to be cross the border back, and they will pick up you, and your son, someone will take care of. I said, no way. I won't give my son to any fucking person except my wife. She said, it's up to you. You're going to the war. So the main thing that I actually not qualified to be a soldier because I have like official military list. Official. But I forget that in Kyiv, because in Kyiv I left everything except some main clothes. And I have that list. But I like what we should do. I mean, I don't have that list. And my team, that moment we were engaged, and I understand that everyone's safe. Everyone has some difficulties, but everyone okay. And I start asking them, I need help with this list. So we start brainstorming what we can do with that. But the main story is that I don't have that list, and I never ever for any of them pointing out that I have the military list. And when I came to that lady, she said, do you have a military list like that I'm not able to fight? Now it doesn't work, but before it was officially working. I said, listen, I have it. Why you didn't tell me? Show it to me. I said, I don't have it, but if I would have it, I would point out. That's why I'm the guy who is honest. I'm just telling you the true story. If I would be pointing you that I have a list, it will be more difficult because I'm liar and I cannot prove you, blah, 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 blah. So I just start pushing her sales speech in terms of finding out the objections and how to deal with them. And she like giving me some points which has no logic, and I was explaining to her the logical part of that, of what she's saying, and she was like in the corner. She wasn't able, like, I said, so what would you say? And she like she has no words. I said, yeah, why are you telling me that if now you have no words to answer to me on the logical legal stuff, which is I have a list. It's not in the passport, but she said, if you give me your passport, I'll give you the passport. There is supposed to be a stamp that you are not eligible to work or to be in military. I said, listen, why are you asking me for the list if it should be in the passport? So it means nobody need this list. It's everyone's supposed to be in the passport. I know that sometimes they put it, but most of the time they're not. And she pointed out to me, if it's not there, you're lying. And I start like just squeezing her, and she like, yeah, it's not always. I said, why are you telling me that? That it must be. No, like, anyway, I was using all the sales tactics which I can to feel her that she must change the decision. She said, wait for convoy. Another guy is coming in 40 minutes. I'm sitting in the car looking on my son, and like, I don't know what's going to happen next. And guys
are the girls still with you this whole time?
No, actually, the problem is when we arrive, and like I'm with the girls in the car, and usually, like, how does it work? If the girl's there, baby going with the girls, guy going back, and I mean, guy even not passed. And I said, I don't know these girls. I'm just like bring them because of the soldiers asked me for that, and I don't mind to bring them here. They said, girls, bye, you go back, and you go into the war. You're not going back. You're going to the war. And so I use all the tactics, and after that convoy came to me, and I'm like I'm already peaceful. I already like I know there is no solution at all. And the guy, tell me the story, what's happening? And I started explaining to him in calm way because I was so exhausted. And I start explaining him all the things. He look on my car, on me, like I have a like kind of expensive SUV in Ukraine, and like, what are you doing for a living? I said, I'm an advertiser. Like, I'm doing marketing, so on, so on. So, okay, you won't be that good on the war, am I right? I said, yeah, of course. Come, give me a couple of minutes. So they call me, like, hey, you can go, but you have to do something. I like, yeah, of course.
Give me your car.
No, I actually, you know, during the queue, I said to my parents, I will give the fucking car to anyone who will allow me to go through.
Oh, for sure, no doubt.
Because my apartments, which we bought it there, like for shit a lot of money, just staying behind. I don't give a fuck about the apartments at all. And car, I said I will give the key. And thanks God I haven't made that, because I was thinking that security guys on the gates is the border. It would be fucking fucked up if I would give them a key.
Yeah.
And then you still weren't across.
Exactly. So I was thinking about those guys only. I will give them a key. But it's like a $50,000 car, you know, like I was like, I will give it. Don't give a fuck. So they said, but you have to do something. I was like, yeah, I understand. Like we're going to make a deal. And like, we need bulletproof jackets. I said, yeah, no problem. I already prepared in advance cash and just put it inside. He said, what the fuck is that? I said, yeah, for jackets. Like, no, man, you're going to Europe now. We need you to find out the jackets and bring them here. Like, what the fuck, where I will get them? you know, like I'm a fuck. What's, listen, guy, like, and we start speaking, and I said, listen, I didn't point to you out, but while we were staying on the queue, a lot of things happened, but we started as well donating, helping people who were suffering the most. Yeah. Like it was kids, school, not school, like place where kids are, internet.
Everyone's like helping everyone, I get
exactly, it, yeah. So financially, like
I've seen something similar in Lebanon. We were in a war, everything got bombed, we had to escape on boats. I feel you. Everyone became friends.
Yeah, well, we became, oh my God, we on the queue, people were helping each other so much. I was thinking there's going to be fights. No, people were supporting each other like they know whole life each other. And I said, listen, and I started sharing with them what we are doing. He said, why you didn't tell that before? I said, because I'm not doing that for PR. I'm doing that because I want to do that. And I start showing him proofs. He like, whoa, like he's seen the proofs. And he said, okay, we need bulletproof jackets. I said, I will find it for you. No problem. They already allowed me to go, but I said, how many you need? I will find it. So he told me, I said, I have to bring to you. He said, no, somewhere, whatever it will go, just to military. So it's like just donation. I said, oh, okay. It's easier. And I asked him for mobile number. I will give you report. Like, because I know that people are lying. I said, give me, because I'm the guy, like I said, I'm honest. And I'm just like, took his number. We crossed the border. I just stopped the car and summarized everything what happened in my life. I look behind. My son is sleeping. It's like 3 a.m. or something like that. I start crying. I mean, it was even now I am. Anyway, it was so hard to make it, but I proved to myself again that freaking everything manageable, everything, even every single person who I was talking on the phone, military people, I have government friends. I have so many people who I was calling to double check. Everyone saying you won't make it happen. It is not possible. It is not possible to. I said I don't give a fuck. I will stay. And I again proved to everyone that possible, whatever I want, I'm gonna be doing. And I just sit down. I really like destroyed, and I just said to myself like, problems in the business, seriously. I was always crying. No, not. It's not true crying, but I was always saying to my team, everything is manageable. We will manage. But we were putting those kind of problems like it's a life problem, like biggest problem in the life. But when we went through all of that, I said to myself, if anyone tell me that he has a problem and because of that he's about to quit in the business, I will give him a shit. Because this is what is fucking problem going on. And this is when I feel that I could lose my life. And the most important, and actually, to be honest, never thought about my life. I was thinking about if I lose my life, what's going to be with him. I was so destroyed that he could be lost. I mean, my wife won't know where is he. And I like, guys, I just text audio to all my team because they support me and I support them during this queue. We were talking a lot. We support their families who were needed. And I started saying how I appreciate for all of them in my life, because one guy who was making the documents, designer, I was sharing with you guys today that he was behind the shelling. He like, guys, I cannot do that, guys. And behind is like a sound, like something's fucking going on. And in 20 minutes, he's sending us documents made. Guys, it's done. I'm in basement, it's done. He
was literally like escaping gunfire and shells and still doing the job.
That's like ad buyers for launching the fucking ads. I love my team. I respect and grateful for every single of them. That moment show us, like my managers told me after a few days when we had a call, like, listen, these moments show us who we work with. And thanks God, all of them to show the real face, which is from the bright side. I said, guys, before I wasn't like sure about XYZ. Before I wasn't like believing something. But now I believe that we are a long run together. Because what we went through these days, the first 7 days of hard time there, we understand how important our team for each of us. So yeah, about the bulletproof jackets, I found out all the ways we started donating more. I was texting you guys as well, like, because I start collecting money, not because I don't have, because we invest a lot from the company budget.
You know, it's crazy that you say that, because I had donated, I want to say like a few days before you messaged me, the same exact thing. I had a friend fly from here with like boxes of bulletproof jackets to take to Ukraine. And then you messaged me that. I was like, is he working with Anatoliy? Like, I guess everyone was just...
everyone around the world. You know, in Powerhouse, when Los made the message, I believe you have seen it when I've been in Romania. it was surprise for me, but was one Ukrainian guy in the mastermind from 300 people, and he texted me directly, "Hey, I'm in US, but I'm with you. We feel it with me, my wife. We start talking." He said, "Let's do whatever. Tell me what's need to be done." I was shocked because I don't know the guy. Anyway, we were donating, we were doing some things, we bought so much medicine and all the things, and I was sending to this military guy who allowed me to go all the proofs. I mean, all what we done, and I just sent him a message. Man, not everyone can be fight on the war, but someone strong in something else, and I'm just doing what I can, and by that I deliver in value for our country. I appreciate by saving my son, you save a lot of lives. And he just put the heart and say, "Thanks, man, be saved." And for me, it was important to point it out because not everyone are cheaters on the border or somewhere else just because they don't give a fuck. Sometimes it just happens situation where you just stuck on it and you cannot manage that. I mean, you cannot, you're not guilty because of that. And it's just me. There is several stories like that. But the point of all these stories, and I don't know if you guys still listening or watching, but
well, they have to be to listen to this.
Fuck, guys, you listen. You are fucking killers. You just don't know that. You just don't know how strong you are. When something and hopefully you will never feel these kind of feelings, which is I was believing that in 2022 couldn't happen. Nobody was from my team believing that it will happen. A day before I said to my assistant, it's a BS. I was explaining why, and next day is the war. What the fuck? I just said to her no worries and so on. And she was become calm.
It was kind of like COVID for a lot of people, it was oh, this stupid virus that's happening over in China, it's not going to be a big deal. It's not even going to affect us probably. And then a couple weeks later, it's all right, we're fucking locking shit down. And, now now it's pretty much calmed down. But, it was the 2 weeks that turned into 2 years kind of thing,
Yeah,
but it obviously what you went through is way more intense than that. But it was how quick it changed,
yeah,
oh, it's probably no big deal, and then holy shit, it is real.
Yeah, and if to speak in general about what was happening that moment, it's when I crossed the border. Actually, the story just started. I don't want to go that deep, but. All the guys who were my relatives and father and all, listen, you have to take care of our ladies. And I went from Poland, where I met my wife, 1,200 kilometers to Romania, where we pick up mother-in-law, sister-in-law, their kids, sister-in-law, their kids, my mother, my sister, their kids. And all of them, I was taking care of fucking school class to bring them somewhere in safe. And we just arranged everything. It was so stressful in that moment. And my mom now in Germany, will allocate her there with my sister. My sister-in-law now in Switzerland. Sister-in-law as well in Switzerland. And we spent there a couple of months with my wife just to make sure that we take care of them. And now we can live our life. So from that moment, we just went out and start finding where we want to stay because we didn't like Sweden. Unfortunately, and we moved to Portugal. So the main point is that when everything was going on February and March, the hardest months of my life, officially, without joke, we were delivering recording results in the company. I how that fucking could be happen.
That's amazing.
Guys, what's happening? I remember I sit down in Germany when I brought my wife in. It was KFC, I guess, at night. One thing was open. I have a room, two level beds. All my ladies are there, a couple of rooms like that. So it's like hotel apartments, but with the 2 level beds, just to bring everyone as much as possible in one spot.
Me and my brother were talking about that the other day. That doesn't exist in America, bunk bed hotels. It's just not a thing.
In Europe, everywhere.
In Europe, it's so common.
Yeah, we just brought them there, and I went on the meeting as per the schedule. We have a fucking meeting, and that was meeting not about the results.
He said as per the schedule.
It's us. I mean, we are who we are.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, that was meeting not about the results. That was meeting to understand how everyone are doing Of like before we would just call here and there, but it like a meeting with the managers. How everyone are doing? Is everyone are safe? What about the clients? How the clients will react? Our clients know about that or no? You know, like just finding out internal. Like we should now focus on do not lose the clients since
most of your clients are U.S. based.
Yeah. So and didn't know what's happening. I mean,
did any of the clients kind of understand? Like, did they know that some of you guys were in Ukraine and stuff, or not really?
Some of them yes, but most of them even don't realize that we are Ukrainians in Ukraine. You know.
Yeah.
The thing is that my guys, like everything was fucked up. They were staying like my sales guys. They're friends. They were staying in the same apartments, and they were having sales calls and closing deals again and again. And that's we and plus media buyers launching ads again and again, and we made our recorded months at that time.
Well, there's like literally war happening.
Yeah, like that's insane because we like with the managers, we're like, what's fucking going on? He said, yeah, our guys are strange, but we love them. I mean, strange because like, wow. I wasn't thinking about anything except are they safe or no. About the clients, everything we'll see. But the most important, it has to be saved. And like if we're speaking about now the 7 months stuck in the country, nobody can leave, nobody can do anything, and sales guys in my city, they are suffering now because they bombarding every single day. And a week ago it was 16 bombs, like 200 bombs next city.
It's still really pretty bad right now.
Yeah, I have like actually I have an audio where I can like really like later on or now I don't know.
Yeah,
to
if you
share
want to
with
play
you.
it, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, my sales guy sent it to me. Like he's my good friend, and he like, listen, they bombarded, but when I was on the call with the client, listen to this, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? I mean, are you okay? He said, I was fucking scared like never before. In 7 months, it was first time that he was so scared because it was 4 buildings between him and the explosion.
Holy.
Like front buildings without windows, without doors, and he said so close it never been yet. And he said I was at that moment with the client, and he like just let me send you something, and just try now to open, and he was like, listen to this.
So you're gonna, it's like really big in a risk. You just sorry. Yes, I'm here. Hello. Can you wait just 1 second, please? Sure. Sorry for this one.
The guy,
they're just like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Just yeah.
It's freaking
so
insane.
He's so calm too. He's like, 1 second.
Yeah,
I'm not losing my commission on this shit.
My apologies. Can you hold just a moment?
It's insane. I said, how you could be so calm? He said, it was the scariest moment ever. He just ran in the bathroom because it's like kind of safe to play in an apartment. And he like just turn on the mic and continue call.
I don't think people really understand how scary it is, because of like you feel a power that you can't comprehend, and you're like, wow. I'm like in Lebanon when I was in Lebanon, it was like 2007 I think or 8. There's a massive war, same situation. Israel came and
you feel that better than anyone else,
huh?
You feel that better than anyone else.
Yeah, I'm relating to everything you're saying way more than Andrew is probably, just because I've been in a war situation where 100%. We had to escape a country. And it's crazy. Let me just give you a perspective. Like, you remember the videos I was posting in Lebanon of like the restaurant with our restaurant with like the view, the mountains that were on the other side, which would take me, I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half to get to, just through the valley, like down the mountain,
winding down all the roads,
all the way up that mountain. Mm-hmm. You would see an explosion go off, and your tables would shake.
And it's far away.
That's what I'm saying. It's far away. It's so far away, and like the coffee would spill on everything would shake. Yeah, and we were like an hour and a half drive away, and
it's not like an earthquake.
You'd see a little explosion, and then everything.
Yes,
and you're like, "What is that?" Like, you'd be playing basketball, and everyone just stopped and be like, And they're like, oh, it's probably another explosion. Like, okay. And then just like play basketball again.
This is how my father is living right now, 7 months after.
It's crazy.
They just like, yeah, it's another day. It's fine. Like, and now before they bombarding like next to our city, like you said, 1.5 hour away, yes, or like at least 1 hour away. But it became close to block where I grew up. Where is my father? Where is my friends? Because there is the factories. And they start bombarding factories and airports, even if it's destroyed already, they just continuously doing that again and again. And so close it never been, like last week. And that's what happened about this sales call. Yeah, and about like my father said.
I'm surprised it's like still even going on that intensely. Like we don't have media coverage on it anymore.
It's
and like,
I know it's nothing. In the next city, it's 200 bombs a day. There is no city. There is no city anymore.
What?
They continuously just bombarding. And you know what?
Still right now?
And people are living there.
People are living there still?
People left the place and realized that they don't have money to live. Average salary in Ukraine, let's be honest. Not average. Minimum salary in Ukraine, $40
a month.
A month.
It's like Lebanon. Lebanon, my friend works like CIA status of security, and he gets paid $69 a month.
Yeah.
Holy.
My friend is a third-year attorney, and she got paid $170 last month. Third-year lawyer.
I love
Bro.
I left the bank sector. My one of the best friends from ladies part, she is graduated with me, and she went in the bank and stay in the bank. It's already like over 10 years past. Now she's making 400 after 10 years experience, maybe sometimes close to 1,000 because of commission. But after 10 years experience in the bank sector, she has a position, like it's insane. So people from small villages, small cities left, and they have no money to live, to survive, and prices go up. Gas became so expensive, like everything is became incredible, and they're like, we have no more choice, we're going back. Like I said to my father, how come they going back? He said, yeah, because no money. I said, I will be staying under the free bridge, but in Kyiv or somewhere else where it's now saved, but I would not go there because it's insane. But yeah, this is how people are dealing there. You know, when I was speaking to Sergey, our guy from the audio, he said like, you know how scared it is right now because of these explosions in recent moments. His girlfriend sleeping at night. He said, I prefer to work at night. I want to sleep. My eyes are closing, but I'm still working because I don't want to sleep. Because he's scared that he won't wake up. It's so close every single time. And when his girlfriend waking up, he going to sleep. That's the fucked up which is happening. People living with that, not because they want, because borders are closed.
Like I can't make sense of that in my head. Like if the buildings next to me are getting bombed every day.
Yeah,
it's just like a game of roulette.
You know why
it's
he's
like
not
a game of roulette at that point.
I will tell you, he's not leaving the place because of the parents. Parents say no, and he said, I will not leave the parents here. And he said, and his girlfriend, her mom on the occupied city, which is already like a part of the Russia, and she cannot go far because she doesn't want to leave mom, you know. And because of that, they saying we're gonna stay. And several friends the same staying because of the parents. And my father in March, I have such a interest in March that my father lose the leg in the middle of everything.
What?
My father.
Why?
Has been lose the leg. He has a diabetes, and before the war, he had heart attack twice, December and February.
Did he lose his left leg?
Right leg. And
interesting question.
you know,
usually when you have like heart problems, like everything's synergistic.
Yeah, it's going to the vents. 99% of the vents are blocked. So I was always telling him, go to the hospital because his legs are dark. I said, go to the hospital. And he had heart attack. He had second heart attack, and like he was ignoring the legs. And in March, when I'm dealing with all that freaking shit, and in the same time, company is growing, and I need to record YouTube videos, another like bunch of YouTube videos because like we have to deal with everything. I mean, do not allow the company. It's what is treating me, you know, like and whole my team, especially the team who is there. You know, they must have a job right now because they must earn the money to survive now in terms of like living in this kind of environment because there is no much job right now. And I like YouTube video as per the schedule, but in Switzerland we change everything. We find out the operator, we found out everything, we find out the office. We're gonna record here. Done. Okay. And I'm dealing with all the organization for the ladies, you know, all the stuff. And day before recording, my father calling me, I need to speak with the doctor. What do you mean? Like, speak to him. And doctor saying, sorry, but we have to cut the leg. Like, what? Yeah, we have to cut the leg, otherwise it will be like he will die. In 3 weeks or something, it will affect all the body. I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck, why? I mean, I was sure that at least he will be like running away if something will beat in my city. But I understood if it will be surgery there, he won't be able to move from the bed and so on, you know. And
Yeah.
And operation surgery, it was for the day of recording YouTube video. And I received the call. My father said to me, well, and he has, don't forget, heart problem. I mean, so he cannot do this injection to go sleep because it's hard for the heart. Yeah, it's so it's super unhealthy for him, and he could not wake up. And I'm 5 minutes before recordings, I receiving the call. Father is going on the surgery. Like, I love you, blah, like all this stuff. And I'm sit down. I have to record the videos. I like, shit. I have to deal with that stuff. And I just like on the videos. I remember my feelings. I was destroyed inside. But after that, my PR lady was preparing all the content, and she said, "Is that moment when your father was making surgery?" I said, "Yeah." Fuck, you're so calm. My face was like completely like about the content, all the thing, but inside, I was destroyed. I was just waiting for the call that he wake up. And yeah, so I'm just saying that March, it was the hardest month in general. And like business was growing, and it is the biggest shock for me. I mean, how come? But I know how. Team. All about the team. 100%.
And you as a leader. It's a very important part here.
You know, I would, as always, as I was saying to you in Orlando, that I'm undervaluating myself all the time. But I realized that, yes, because I was keeping them like positive. I was trying to motivate them. I'm always the motivating, driving vision, make the vision for our future. And that moment I was supporting. Like, we were supporting to their friends. We were supporting to their families. I mean, the team members. Whatever is needed, we were just supporting our company. And it's make us closer, because they see that I'm not just like about making money. I'm like, what we can do. And I start receiving, my manager said to the ad buyers, to everyone, we start receiving small points, like, can you help here? Can you help there? Of course. And we start managing, like, not delivering, like sending money, donations to the government account. No way, because we don't know where it's going. We were helping on micro spots, and we're still doing that. So, but what I'm trying to say, that why I realized that it's because of me as well. When we were staying in Switzerland, I become really exhausted of what everything was happening, and I start losing drive. Team is working, we are scaling, and I was keeping myself in mind, because I already know that from the experience. If you are lazy right now, and everything looks good and everything's growing, you can be lazy. Always in a month or two, it will show you effect. Mm-hmm. And this is what happened by end of the May. Like, we were really went down, not that much, but first time, because our growth is also like smooth, fucking huge, and after that smooth. It was like in a matter of 2.5 years. And here, like, first time we went down. And I understand why, because of me. I was start speaking with the team a bit problems. I was start doing things slower, because I was demotivated by Switzerland. It's like grandma place. An unbelievable cool country, unbelievable nature, but so boring. And plus all these people from Ukraine who came because of problems. And we're speaking about problems, life, war, and obviously it's affect me a lot.
You see what I'm saying, though? This is what I was talking about Denver.
Yeah.
Like, having that environment where everyone's like chill, and like...
And you will become the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
So Portugal for you was more.
yeah, so we just like see that what's happening with people there, and they speaking only about war, about no money. I have money, but I will start feeling that I have no money, you know, because
Yeah.
always about that, always. And like it's my mental health was destroyed. But thanks God in 3 months, like end of May, when everything actually hit us, I start going to the gym, and guys, like freaking gym, it's the pillow. I said to myself 6 a.m. waking up. I start waking up 6:30, and every single day for 45 days I was in the gym. I become back in shape, not like now because now I'm traveling.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, so and I start waking up myself, and guys, so we're gonna be do this and that. I start coming back in mind to the business, and what's the problem was I lost my vision because I have no apartments, I have nothing. I had a life which I built, like my lifestyle.
You also have unknown. It's
Yeah.
like it's sometimes it's hard to be clear of your path when you don't know,
Exactly.
like your normal things that
Oh,
you should
yeah.
know.
It's
Like
simple.
where am I getting water today? What is my like little things? Where am I sleeping tonight? Like little basic life things. If you don't know those, it becomes harder to create a clear path of things.
It's
And
affecting.
It's really easy to take that shit for granted too. Like there's sometimes where I've been like chilling in my house and I'm like, damn, I really live here. Like this is cool. Like on my own. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, damn, this is cool. You know, like and it's like I can't take that for granted because like you know it's like this is like a you know I don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I'm owed something like that and I don't need to keep working and stuff like that. Like it's I don't know.
It's exactly like the perfect word, unknown. Because I said to my wife, I have a depression not only because of Switzerland, because I don't know what's gonna be happen next. Especially, okay, if you are a young couple, I mean, like one of my managers, he's in Bulgaria, and I said to him that it's a perfect, like he's flexible. He said, I'm not in rush. I will decide later on because he is and his girlfriend, they able to make the choices, just not in rush. We have a kid who is about to go to school. We have a kid who we have to deal about best education, best surrounding, you know, all the things. And we have all the parents, relatives as well next to us. And we, like I said to my wife, that I just destroyed because I really don't know what's going to be. And I don't want to stay here, I know. What is the problem? I know that I don't want to stay in Switzerland. And I don't know where we are going in this case. And we just made a huge trip, 5,000 kilometers trip, one time and second time. And we opened like France, Germany, Spain, all the nice places in Europe, and we visit Portugal because guys always telling me go to Portugal. Like Portugal, what is that? I mean, I never thought about that country at all in my life. And
It's
we
like
came
the shoulder of Spain.
exactly. And
Not a bad way to put it.
It's just like chilling on the side.
you know, it's a really like a country which has never like been existing in my I would say
Portugal is beautiful.
Yeah.
but it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so like next to the ocean. I understand how important for me the ocean. We've been in the beach and like, oh my god, surfers around,
Yeah.
big waves, and like, oh, it's so important for you. First time in 6 months, it was July, I become calm. I was calm next to the ocean. I like said to my wife, this is very important for me to have in my life. And like, let's
I will have a beach house.
yeah, you know. And actually, like that was one of the decisions. Like Switzerland, you buying in groceries simple things, $120, 2 small bags in the supermarket. In the Portugal, $35, 2 bags. And in New York, $120. I said to my wife, oh, listen, we came back because we stay now in New York for a couple of weeks. And like, I said, we came back to Switzerland, $120, 2 bags. You know, and she started laughing because I was always complaining that it's unlogical to pay in Switzerland. It's where is the cows, goat, you know, like they're like, there is nothing. And I said, New York has excuse. It's fucking New York. It has excuse why it's expensive, but doesn't make sense. It's making me depressed. I don't want to stay here. So why are we going to be paying more? And so we found out that Portugal, because there is a good private schools, we already signed the contract with private school for our son. So for at least next half a year or 1 year, we'll stay, and after that we'll see, or US or UK, or we're gonna be based in Portugal.
What's the visa situation like? Like, were you able to just go there, or did you have to do anything special?
Great question. Actually, for Ukrainians, it's 90 days in Europe. We are allowed to
the
stay.
Schengen agreement thing.
Yes,
yeah?
but when war started, Europe was freaking awesome. I mean, all the world after that support us, and we can stay 1 year without visa. But if you wanna stay and live and all the things, we have to take the status, and they create special status which has never been exist before. Not refugee status. It is like temporarily stay status. So, and we like apply for that, which is for keeping for us all the borders open, which is for me was most important, because US, I can come as this kind of status, but I will be closed for 2 years. I won't be able to leave the US. For me, it's not the option, because we are traveling to several countries because of the business, to conferences, like Barcelona, Dubai, and I don't want to be closed in the country. So we are like applying now for business visa in US, and let's see, maybe we'll move to US or UK, or we'll stay in Portugal. I believe the most important for us, it's English-speaking environment. That's really what we understand in Europe. It's freaking insane. So hard to speak with people who has no English or doesn't want to speak English. Just they don't want, and this kind of behaviors exist there.
Yeah. Definitely.
So why not America? Because it was on your list.
I'm saying that now we are applying for business visa if I will be accepted, and I should actually, because lawyer is kind of good. It will just take up
kind of good.
I mean, I know his references, 90% winning cases, so
nice.
it's good, but it will take around 8 months to get the answer. It could be rejection, which is as well possible. So 8 months still we have to be somewhere. That's why we decide to be with Portugal. So if it will get, we'll see about US. If we won't get it, we're gonna be like seeing around what we can do.
What do you think? I mean, would you ever go back to Ukraine?
I want to come back to Ukraine, and everything what I just said to you before, it's just because we have to live our life.
Of course.
That's why this is what we are doing now.
You can't sacrifice your peace just to,
Yeah, but whole soul, whole mind is when we come back. I will tell you something. I mean, I already share a lot, but my wife still has this kind of belief that soon we can. No, now she's already understand everything, but first half year it was hard for her to understand that we won't come back in near future. But for me, I understand from day one. Next few years it will be going to happen. My relatives saying, "Oh, you're speaking about negative. You have to believe." I believe in our country. I believe in our guys, because what they are doing, it's freaking unbelievable how they fight. But by thinking by brain, you understand that nothing is going to nowhere. I mean, anything is moving. It's just like smoothly going shit in the world, in the country, and nothing is going better. Like it's going to nowhere. And in 2014, it's example, because we had a war started in 2014. In 8 years, it was like kind of freezing war. It was shelling, it was bombarding, but somewhere far away, which is nobody, like all Ukraine were living the life and was improving in terms of IT, economic, but there was part of the country where was fight. And now it's like whole country affected. And Kyiv now okay, some other regions are okay. So, and people are now living there like nothing happened. This friend, his wife, they already deliver baby. They making repair of the apartments. They continue doing business, and it's quiet now in Kyiv. Then they're happy that everything is good.
Kyiv is Russian right now?
No. Kyiv, we were able to get it back, but next to Kyiv was super dangerous things was happening. Horrible things which is happening. I believe it's not the best way to speak about that on podcast, but it was Bucha, which is all world knows. Like there was shitty things happen, but thanks God we kicked them out from there. And so the half of Ukraine now on the fire, and I know, logically thinking, in 3-4 years, if that motherfucker will be alive from Russia's side, they will be repeat the attack. It won't be waiting for 8 years this time. It will be faster, but it will be attack in the heart, just because they're making us exhausted. They have unlimited human power, and they just bring in more and more meat, which we are killing, and at the end, we're gonna be really exhausted. And one moment, just last shot, I hope that I'm wrong, but this is how it looks like. And I know that he's always playing in the chess. I mean, super strategical thing. Right now, my father called me today before podcast and said that government informed that in our region gonna be no electricity and no heating during the winter because Russia side cut the power to us. They make us exhausted. They make us exhausted. So anyway, I mean, I don't wanna it's not about that. I'm just saying that it's scared and related to question, do I wanna go back? Yes, I have apartment there. We just bought it. And
it's still standing? Everything is good?
It's there. We cannot sell it because nobody is buying now, but it's quite expensive one. And in the same time, we were about to make refurbishing there. We're supposed to go to Dubai and come back 5th of March to start refurbishing. We already almost signed the contract. We already seen the contract, but we didn't sign it. We decided after Dubai we'll sign it for designer to make all the project and so on. I was 3 days before the war on luxury block in Kyiv about investments. I calling to my wife in Spain, listen, there is awesome offer. When we come back from Dubai, we will invest. So, I mean, so many things was happening, which is supposed to happen. And thanks God we haven't made it because it would be a disaster. Yeah, so still apartments there. We have only car with us and several luggages, which is this kind of thing which is killing me. That all our stuff in the luggages, all our stuff, for half year. It's insanely hard. I didn't realize that it would be hard. And now when we reach Portugal, I know that it will be calm. When we come back, we'll get apartments, so we'll start living the routine life, and our luggages will be empty. And this is, I believe, where you just remove the weight from the shoulders. I'm more than sure, because it's a really big pressure.
Man, what a story, bro.
And we're scaling.
And we're scaling, is what he said.
Yeah. I just proud that with all that shit, you are able to do whatever you want, just you have to take the action. I mean, you have just to fight for that. And that's why I'm grateful to be here today with you guys and know you guys already almost a year. And the way where I went through, it didn't kill me in terms of who I am. It made me just stronger. And today I'm here. I wasn't able to make that in May to come US because I was planning to events and all that fun. But we postponed it, and I believe I came in the right time. And I see now vision, because I was losing the vision. I was losing everything, hope, this unknown thing, and will we come back to home and all? It was killing. And now I just understand we have to move forward, have to live our lives and taking care of people who are important for us. Our team, it's our family. Always we are in touch with them and double check how is everything going.
Nice, man. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know it wasn't easy. I could see the goosebumps on your arms a few times while you were telling some stories. It was pretty emotional. Do you have something you want to say?
No, I mean, thanks for sharing your story, bro. This was really powerful. I mean, this was one of the most unique podcasts, I think. This type of story is really cool because not only is it something that it sounds almost like a history lesson from a veteran or some crazy shit, like an old guy, back in my day we had to escape Nam and shit. But it was dude, this happened to you a year ago.
While running a digital marketing company.
While running a company, it's just such a crazy story. When you were telling the story of trying to cross the border, it felt like a movie or something. Is so powerful, bro.
Thank you for allowing me to share this story because I didn't share that on public yet. I never. I mean, I really I didn't. My past, how I started, I shared that several times. But this time I shared, and it was reason not about share what happened to me. Believe me, there was much worse situation to people in Ukraine than mine. Much worse. I'm just sharing from entrepreneurial side what was happening and what you can do with if you want to. And that's why hopefully if someone was watching till the end, I want to give the message. Like, stop crying. Just move forward and manage your problems. Every single problem is manageable, maybe except the health. And even I believe some health issues, even which is looks unmanageable, we can manage if we were gonna be just doing right thing and just pushing forward. So that's my message at the end to the crowd.
Well, I guess that's it for today. Anatoly, if anyone wants to follow you or find you, learn more about you, get in touch with you, help Ukraine out through you, what's the best way to get in contact?
I believe the best one is gonna be Instagram, where we're always replying in DMs. It's Ecom by Anatoly. Or like YouTube channel, it's Anatoliy Labinskiy, where I'm sharing content, and now we're starting like a podcast with guys like you, and actually it's gonna be with guys I already discussed it with you. They were like for free, we're gonna be sharing the valuable things with the audience. So if someone wants to see the different perspective, different stories like real estate experience, e-commerce experience, agency experience, where guys gonna be sharing their past and how they managing the things. So welcome, subscribe, and just don't forget to watch all the videos and listen interviews and leave in the comments. But I just looking forward to see on your channel how this podcast gonna be working, because I really want to bring more value for the people.
Thank you for coming, man. I know this wasn't an easy trip coming down to Atlanta, especially with your family being somewhere else right now. So very appreciative, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the 4Media Uncut podcast. If you want to work with us, learn with us, or even join the team and be a part of what we're doing at 4Media Marketing, just go to our website. It's 4media.marketing. No .com, no .net, .marketing, because that's all we do around here. And most importantly, share this with a friend wherever you're listening to or watching this on. Please hit that share button, send it over to a friend, someone else that you think will get value out of this. It would mean the world to us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like this video and comment down below any suggestions for future guests. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please rate this 5 stars and leave us a review there. That helps us tremendously in the algorithm world. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of 4Media Uncut Podcast.